Hey everybody, welcome to another Live with Blitsy. Happy Thursday. This week is flying by.
Yes.
Because it's
the holiday, short week. Yes, the holiday on Monday made it a really short week.
Exactly, but we've been busy crafting up a storm here and have a lot to share with you today. We're going to show you the new Rubbernecker Stamps. You've been having a good time with these, right?
They're really pretty, so show
them. And then
those.
we have some fun markers from Crafter's Companion that we'll show. I know Megan's going to come in a little bit and show how easy it is to make these DIY coasters with rope that are super cute. And if you're new here, we have chat going on the right-hand side of where we're chatting, where you're viewing us right now. So make sure you're interacting in the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're from. Emily is actually manning that chat and will relay any questions that you have to us. And she's also going to be doing a giveaway today. So Emily, what's happening over there?
Hey everyone, good morning. Like Katie said, I am going to be chatting with you this morning. Let me know if you have any questions about the stuff that we're showing. I know we've already had, even before we started, someone asked if anyone, they might have seen our sales today. They asked about Rubbernecker Stamps, if anyone had them. So that's what we're going to be showing you, one of the things. So really cool to check out. And then for the giveaway, just interact with me. Let us know what you're thinking, what you're loving, if you have any questions, and I'll pick a winner at the end.
And the giveaway is going to be one of the Happy Planner storage bags, which we will open up and show you in a little bit. So you're going to want one. If you stick around and you participate in the chat, you might be able to win one. So very cool. But we're going to start with these Rubbernecker stamps.
Yes.
New to us.
Yes.
This is the first time I think that we've ever featured them. So I saw the video that you did, and these look really, really pretty. And they seem kind of unique. So can you tell us about the Rubbernecker stamps?
So I have some of them here. So they're really pretty. These are the floral sets, and they come with the little background that actually creates the color of the flower, and then it comes with the outline stamp that you would stamp on top of that.
Okay, so it's kind of like layering them?
It's a layering technique, yes. And it works really well. In the video that I shot, I used Color Burst because it works really well with any kind of ink or dye that's water-based, because it'll create that cool watercolor look. So those are the flower stamps. And then there are a couple of sentiments here that you can use, and some frames. This is a really cool freehand frame, and what's cool about it is because it's freehand, you can also kind of watercolor that too.
Oh, yeah.
It'll look very kind of handmade and very artistic. So here's the card that I made with this set.
That's really pretty.
And so I used, and actually I can stamp it so you can see how that works.
Yeah, let's recreate that.
So you can just use any color burst that you like, and I just put it on this little plastic palette to keep them separated.
Another way to use color burst. I love it.
Always a fan of different ways to use it. So you can either ink it lightly with any kind of water-based ink pad. It kind of helps to activate and anchor the color burst onto there so that you get a crisper image. And then I'm just going to use a water brush this time, but so you can just pick up some of the color burst and just paint it on. And as you can see, it does not take a lot to activate.
Oh yeah, plenty of color.
So I just kind of randomly put some on there, and then for good measure, I spritz it just to really get it kind of watercolory. It's not a word, but so all right. So then you just stamp down. And right now it looks like, yeah, right now it's just like a watercolor blended look. But what's cool too is that you can stamp again and you get an even more kind of see-through effect. And then once that is...
Do you want to wait for that to dry?
Yeah, you can wait for that to dry. In the video I used a heat gun, unfortunately I forgot one. But you can wait for that to dry. But if you're using a permanent ink, it shouldn't really be activated by the water anyway, but it's good to just let it dry.
Good measure, let it dry.
Yeah, let it dry.
We're kind of in speed up zone here,
Yeah.
so we're gonna wing it, right? And put it on the wet ink.
Yes, so then you just kind of line it up, and it doesn't have to be completely exact. And you can see how you get the outline there.
Yeah,
of the
it's easier a little bit to see on this one because
of
the
the
colors
colors
are
are
lighter,
lighter.
and you can kind of see the outline better here. But I like that it's kind of out of the lines because it gives it that true watercolor
Right, it gives
effect.
it that really artistic effect. And
really
actually,
pretty.
a tip that I saw when I was kind of researching these stamps is that the little insert that they have in here that the stamp is actually stuck to is laminated. So if you have like two identical blocks and you want to line up your stamps, you can actually just place the stamp on here, line it up, and then stick it to your block, and then line up the other one and stick it to your block, so that then they're perfectly lined up, if that's something that you...
If you have the
wanna do.
OCD tendency and you're like,
Yes.
I have to have it perfect. I kind of like, I eyeball. I know I
Yeah.
can eyeball.
Yes,
You
I always
but
eyeball.
That's a nice tip to know for.
Yeah, you can
wanna-
definitely use this as a guide to line it up, so that's always good, because it's got the actual size stamp on there.
Very cool. So, Emily, do we have any questions on these?
I don't see any questions. They say, Claudia, you make it look so easy as always. But this is like it really is such an easy application with the color burst. And I love that with these stamps and that watercolor application, you kind of get a different look every single time, which I think is really fun. I think a lot of people definitely are loving these flowers. They're absolutely gorgeous. We already had, like I said, people asking about them before we even started. So I think a lot of people are going to get these to play with.
Very cool.
Awesome.
So I wanted to show again, these are like deep edged, I guess you would call
Yes.
it, rubber stamps. They're super high quality with that red rubber, and then the back is ready for cling mounting, so it'll mount to any acrylic block that you have, and it'll stick right on there, make it really easy to work with.
Yeah, and as Katie said, it's also just really deep cut too, so you're not going to
Yeah.
get this part isn't going to, stamp
That's
on
what
it.
I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, there's no risk of this, like, the background of it to get on your cards. So.
which would be me. I would be the one that's like,
Some
I
of them-
put the ink pad on too hard. And
Yeah.
But with this, it really makes it easy to get a nice impression every
Yes.
time. So,
Awesome.
anything else on the Rubbernecker stamps?
No, I mean, it's kind of a segue into our next topic, because I'm going to show you how you can use the Spectrum Aqua markers right onto some stamps.
Okay.
And so I have another one of the Rubbernecker sets set up here for that.
So we're going to actually show two of the Crafter's Companion markers that we're loving. The Spectrum Noir, which are alcohol-based, and the Spectrum Aquas, which are water-based.
Yes.
So we'll show you kind of the differences. Are you going to start with the Aquas then?
I
To
am.
show on the stamp? Okay.
Yes.
I first saw these probably about a year ago when one of our creative team members, Chrissy, was here. And she filmed a class for us making cards, and she used a couple of different techniques with the Spectrum Aquas. And the first one was, I think, what you're going to show here.
Yes.
It's literally coloring onto a stamp and watercoloring almost the same way we just did with the color burst, right? So Emily, I don't know if you can try and find that video and link to it, but it's a really good class with some good techniques. So if you're a card maker, check that out because you'll love it. But we're going to show you one of those techniques right now.
So this stamp set is a little more, a little more detailed. It's got 4 different stamps that
Okay.
you're layering together. So what's really awesome about these Spectrum Aqua is that you can literally just color. Oh, and they're
Dual tip.
dual tip, and they're refillable. So when you buy a set, you're kind of making an investment because you don't have to buy the marker again. You can just buy the refill and keep refilling it. So I'm just actually going to color right on the rubber stamp. It doesn't get much easier than this.
Right.
When I watched Chrissy's video, I was like, wow, and it looks so good and it's so easy.
I remembered when I saw that we were featuring these today, I remembered immediately Chrissy's video because I was so impressed with oh my gosh, she makes everything so easy. So I sent it over to Claudia. I'm like, check out Chrissy's video.
and she really did step it out really nicely so that she sets you up for success. So I'm just going to take the spritzer and spritz right on the stamp like that. And then you'll see.
And since it's a water-based marker, it's going to react with that water,
Right.
and it immediately gives you that watercolor kind of look.
It gives you that cool watercolor look.
And so far, again, it looks like nothing, right? Because you're layering these Rubbernecker stamps.
Exactly. So now I'm going to color some purple here. And you can also blend these. They're self-cleaning. So like if I use some yellow.
And they've made it really easy. They come in sets. I think you can get sets of 6 colors that go together.
Yep, so you
can
don't
build on
really,
your collection.
You don't have to be an art student. They kind of take the guesswork out of it for you. They're all stepped out and numbered. From 1 is lightest up to, I think, 10. So, yeah, so it's really easy to kind of blend everything. Yeah. Okay, so then you can just, I want to make sure I have this the right way. Yes. So then you just stamp like that.
And you said this particular, the Wildflowers in the Wind, has 4 stamps that you're layering?
Yes, you're
Okay.
layering 4 stamps. And what's cool is that obviously you can use these separately if you want to. But it's
like this one you could be using for a background,
Right.
for kind of like a grassy background for anything that you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So there's more than one use for these.
Or you could use it as like balloon strings.
You could, yeah. That's a really good idea. So, this. So you can see how it
Ooh,
starts
this
to
is so
You
cool.
can see how it starts to look really, really pretty, and
And it looks like you've like taken the time to paint this.
It does.
It makes you look really good.
yeah, it's a really, really like painterly effect. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And then just the last little stamp.
I think the markers make it so easy too. The color
Oh,
burst too.
definitely.
Either way, just
Either
coloring
way.
directly onto the stamp is a really fun technique.
I think it's this way. So yeah, and it
Very
looks like
pretty.
you took a tiny brush and actually like went in there and
It
did all
does.
of the detail work.
It does,
Um,
but they've done all of the hard work
Yeah.
for you. And they even have, with the example here, color suggestions that
Exactly,
you
yeah.
can use.
So you-
Obviously, you can mix and match the coloring however you want, but if you're looking for some guidance, each stamp has that on there. So
Yeah, so that you can see what it would look like probably with the best kind of color combos to get the most out of it. But like Katie said, mix and match, whatever you'd like. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then, what else are these aqua markers good for?
So these are great. They're really blendable, and because they're activated with water, you can use them. So for example, I'll show you really quick. So you can actually take them straight from the, like if you can actually color right onto an acrylic block with it. And then
Take your water brush.
take your water brush and just activate it, and you can actually just paint
Ooh.
as if it's just watercolor paint. So really, really easy to make a beautiful watercolor card.
That's great. And then I was looking at the marker. I wanted to show really quick the dual tip. So you've got this side, which is kind of your wider tip. Is there a different piece of paper? I don't want to ruin your card. And you can see just for the difference in the 2 tips, that's going to give you a thicker line. You can even do, a thinner line depending how much pressure you put down. But then the other side is a really fine point. So you really get your fine lines with that,
Yeah.
no matter what. So this feels nice to write with.
So yeah, you can, and if you want it,
And then you can watercolor that out.
yeah, with
blend
the,
it out.
With the thin one, it actually kind of completely disappears.
Yeah.
So yeah, so these are super blendable. I love them.
Very fun. Lots of different colors.
Yes.
So are there any questions on the aqua markers from Crafter's Companion?
Yeah, people are obviously loving this technique, and I was able to find Chrissy's video and send them, so hopefully you guys all check that out. It's a really, really great tutorial from her. We're super lucky to have her. there was a question, what's kind of the difference between the Spectrum markers and the Copic markers? Like blendable, I think especially, kind of what's your experience?
The Copics are alcohol based,
Yes.
so I would more try to compare those to the Spectrum Noirs, which we're going to show next. The ones we just showed are water based, so that is the biggest difference.
That's the biggest difference.
The water based again is going to react with water. They're going to be blendable. And alcohol Copics are blendable too, but
yes.
well, let's talk about the Noirs, and then we can kind of compare that way.
Yes. So the Noirs are more of kind of what Katie was speaking to about how they come in color sets for you that are already numbered so that you have an easy time blending. They cover the entire spectrum, which is probably why they're called Spectrum.
Yep.
Because it starts off super light. You can barely see that, but it's great for blending. And then it'll start to get darker and darker. Wrong side.
These are also dual tip.
Yes, these are dual tip. It's a chisel tip on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see how they're really easy to blend because they already figured out all the. So it's like B1, BT1, BT2.
Is Chrissy on the chat by any chance? She here today?
I don't think she is. I haven't seen her today.
Okay. So yeah,
she's Spectrum Noir certified, so she would know.
She would know all of the tips and tricks.
Yes.
But yeah, so these are more for kind of like your blending when you're doing illustrations or coloring in stamps, and you want to start with your lightest color and then work around. So they are similar to Copics, but I think it's just these are another way to go about it. Another option. These also are compatible with like certain air brush, like the e-brush and that kind of thing. You can use them with that as well. So yeah.
Very nice. Any questions so far?
Someone asked, I think back on the Spectrum Aquas, or maybe on these two, would it blend as well on non-watercolor cardstock? Obviously, watercolor cardstock is made for that, so it's going to give you the best effect. But if you just had another type of medium, would it still be okay?
It would, but it may buckle. It's just the same thing.
If you're using water to blend, like we were doing with this, then watercolor paper is the best for not buckling. But if you're just coloring in and blending,
then it doesn't. Yeah, then
you
it
can do
doesn't
it in
really matter.
an adult coloring book and be fine.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else on the Spectrum Noir or the Spectrum Aquas?
No, I don't recall how Copics are sold, but I think that's one of the main things that I love about them is that they're sold in sets that are numbered for you, because then you don't have to worry about which color's lighter than the other, which one, how do I blend this? It takes the guesswork out of that, and I think that that's what stood out to me about the Spectrum Noirs is that they're really like user friendly, so you don't get intimidated by, because people think alcohol markers are permanent. What if I mess up? And they also have blenders that you can use as well to make the blending even easier. So I think that's what I kind of took from it, is that it's very user friendly.
They also have lots of storage that you can do. And one thing that I wanted to point out too before we move on is they're like a hexagon shape. So most markers will roll around your desk. This will actually stay put while you're working, and it won't be rolling around, which is really, really nice. Just kind of drop them down there, and you'll see they're not going anywhere because they're the hexagon shape, which is really cool.
And they do have, it's probably hard to see, but they do have like the chisel tip image here and the fine point on this side, so that you know which side you're opening, and then the color tip on the end. So if you're storing them like that, you can see which ones you need.
The numbering system, very cool. And there's a little rubber grip here on both sides as well. So.
Very well designed.
Yes. All right, so I think next up we're going to show you, is it the Happy Planner case, which is the giveaway today, so pay attention, and let us know what you're loving about this. I'm going to grab it really quick off here to the side. But from the moment that I saw this, I fell in love with it, and it was, first of all, the design of it, because the black and white stripes with a little mint kind of edging here on the sides can't go wrong with that. I
very
think
classic and very on trend.
yes, and you can see like this is jam packed. I'm gonna start opening it up and showing you what we fit in here, and that's why I fell in love with it when we were at the CHA booth and they debuted this. Amanda from Me and My Big Ideas opened hers up and she was pulling out all their new stuff, and it was like never ending. It just kept coming out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you could fit so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
So
I was like, hold on, Katie, because there's like a tiny bit of
oh,
paper stuff
like,
there.
don't ruin.
Oh, the paper towels are in use.
You know
Sorry.
what though? It's okay because it just shows it gets used, right? If I get any
It's
out there.
loved, yes.
It's okay. I actually saw somebody in one of the planner Facebook groups that got theirs monogrammed on this side, and it was really cool. I was like,
that's awesome.
I want to monogram mine. So, okay, I'm going to open this up and show you guys just what can fit in here. And I don't remember what side I have. I want to start with the side, yeah. Okay, so on this side, when we open it up, you'll see I've got a whole bunch in here, but I'm going to open this side pocket first because it actually is a nice little home for your happy planner.
That's awesome. The actual planner itself is
Exactly.
nice.
This isn't the one I use day to day, but I wanted to grab one since these are on sale as well, and they start in July, so it's coming up.
It's coming right up.
We need to have a new planner party to start our Julys off, but this is just one that I put in there. So I love that it zippers up and it protects it, so you're not going to ruin your planner while you're transporting it. And you can bring this everywhere you go. If you have doctor's appointments, you've got everything you need to be planning on the go. So it's really nice. Also in this pocket, I just have some random stickers that were in there. But this pocket I'm using for stickers and kind of some other accessories. So these are some dashboards that I haven't used yet and some stickers. There's some kind of workout motivation stickers. I've got just the like kind of like everyday motivational quote stickers. These are the washi stickers. They've got the pocket cards. I use these
I use those a lot
pages.
too.
Pocket pages for the pocket cards to go into and for your pictures. You could fit so much. This expands.
I was gonna say I love that it expands. It has this elastic on there.
So I could put even more in there, but I don't want to overwhelm myself,
Yes.
right? Then on this side, we've got a clear pocket. So you can kind of see I've thrown some stuff in this side. I've got a pair of scissors, which these are kind of excessive, but they were the ones that I had. So you can put large scissors in here. You can fit smaller scissors in here. It's just nice to have. I've thrown some stamps in here. There's planner stamps. There's an acrylic block. There's a couple of pens, a water brush.
You even got
what
some
else?
watercolors.
Watercolors are in here. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. My little, I think this is Prima,
Yes.
little watercolor palette. So lots of stuff you can fit in this, and I love that it's clear, so I can kind of see like what did I put in there because sometimes I don't even remember. Okay, then this
Another
side
side.
opens up as well, and you've got two removable pockets.
Yeah, those are cool.
So these Velcro in and out. Take it out if you don't, if you just want this and you want to go on the go, you can do that. But in here I've got some washi tape, and then I have a whole bunch of color box inks, pigment inks, which are great for using in your planner. So those are how I did that. And another pocket, which if you have two happy planners, you could also use this pocket to put that in there. But I've got my Tri Plus fine liner pens, which I love. I'm missing a couple. Where are they?
They'll turn up.
Oh, believe it or not, some Spectrum Noirs. These I planted in here.
Yeah.
But this, I wanted to show the sets that they come in. And then I've got my my other watercolor set in here as well, which I love grabbing for. So, and this is pretty big, and it fits in here. But I can always have it with me because
Yeah.
I've got the storage case. So that's the Happy Planner storage case. I think it's on
awesome.
sale for $20 right
Wow.
now, which is amazing. And you can always use your 40% off coupons. Emily, who has their eye on this?
I think some people wouldn't mind adding it to their collection. I think they're just amazed by how much you can fit in there. it's like the clown car of craft. Like, it just keeps going. For our planner party, me and My Big Ideas Happy Planner was one of our sponsors, and they sent awesome prizes, and some of them were those bags, and they were packed full. I think like every sticker and accessory and insert that they had ever made for the Happy Planner was in there. They were insane. You can fit so much stuff in those. So
I agree. And I think it's like traveling for the summer, going on road trips, going, away for a week, or like I said, even at the doctor's office, if you can just pick this up and go, you can do your planning and your crafting on vacation, and this is all you need to bring.
I was going to say that even, like, I'd like to do some cross-stitch and embroidery, and those individual little pockets are awesome, because if I want to keep one project in there with all my planning stuff, I can do that, and craft on the go and plan on the go. So.
Exactly, and it's like, if you're going on a road trip, just bringing this along, and then like, oh, honey, you drive. I'm going to do my planning.
I got everything in there now.
Okay, so in a few minutes, we're going to give this baby away, not with everything in it, unfortunately we can't do that, but we're going to give a storage pack away. But before we do that, I wanted to show you, I actually also use this one. This is the smaller pouch that is meant to fit right on the Happy Planner. I rarely actually put it on my Happy Planner, but I carry this around with me all the time so that I have the pens that I want to use. It could actually fit in here depending on how much stuff you have in there, but it also fits really nicely, just like this. Yeah. So you can still carry, if you collect pens and markers like I do, you have a separate
plenty
case. But I love that it kind of coordinates with the black and white, and then of course the mint details. You can see I've got dog fur on here, so it actually does get a lot of use.
Yes.
So it pairs very nicely, but you can fit a ton in here too. So I have all my Tombow dual brush markers in here. I have my friction erasable pens in here. I have more ink in here. I have more little planner stamps in here. A lot of times I'll keep a small acrylic block also in here. So if you don't want to bring, your big bag and you just want to bring your planner with the little bag,
that works
which you can do. Yeah, and I'll show you real quick how this you can literally just.
That's awesome.
Put it on there, and you're good to go.
That's all.
That's all you need. So I actually do use both of them because I can just have one of them, and I think they complement each other, but also serve different purposes for different things. Like, this is what I'm going to bring into a meeting.
Right.
This is what I'm going to bring into my my vacation or going to a friend's house.
Yeah, or an afternoon in the park or something.
So, anyways, I wanted to point that one out too because I really think they complement each other, and I love how it just sits there.
On the top.
It's perfect. So,
awesome.
All right. Actually, we still have Megan before we do the giveaway, so we're gonna leave you hanging a little while longer. But this is a good segue because Megan the third is actually on the Me My Big Ideas creative team as well, and this is right up her alley. Everything we're talking about. So let's bring her on in, and she's also gonna show us a project in a minute.
Please go ahead. I'm gonna step out to you.
But Megan, do you use?
Hello, everyone.
Do you use
love this stuff. So when I saw that we were talking about today, I was super excited. Yeah, I love how it coordinates. I love how they designed it. Just is perfect.
The Happy Planner and the accessories really do make people happy.
Yes, yeah. The name goes with it perfectly.
It seriously does. All right, so we're going to show you guys a quick video of a project that Megan did this week, and then we actually have it here that we'll show and talk about it. So let's check it out. So I saw this video, as always, what you and Claudia put out there. I'm always like, oh my gosh, that's so easy. I want to do that. This immediately made me think of a nautical themed birthday party that I did
Perfect
for
for
Miles
summer.
when he turned 1. So
Oh,
this
okay.
could be wedding
Yeah.
decor
Super-
for your. It could be nautical party. But what gave you the idea to do this?
Because summer is coming up, everyone loves the nautical theme and everything, so I thought this would be perfect to make to give the idea to everyone. Super easy. So all you need is, I use cardboard on the back, so it has like a sturdy something to sit on. And then all you really need is hot glue and rope. And so what I did to start it is I put hot glue in the middle to start it like you saw in the video, but like took not even 5 minutes. So you can easily make a bunch of these if you're having like a big party or even for the wedding that you're throwing. You can easily make a bunch of these.
Or even just for an outdoor barbecue when you're having people over, it just adds a nice little touch of
Yeah,
homemade
and these
that
look
you've done
fancy,
something.
too.
And then your friends remember how crafty you are because you whipped something up and you actually made the coasters that they're
Yeah.
using. So really fun and easy summer project that can actually be used all year round.
Yeah.
Or if you have a beach house, like how cute
Oh,
are these?
perfect,
People
yes.
would buy these for a lot of money.
I know, they look like Pure One imports. Like, it looks super fancy, but you're like, nope, I made those.
Yep. So I might have to make some of those. I love it. Emily, any questions on the coasters and how these were made?
I don't think there's any questions. Definitely super cute and easy. People are talking about how you could possibly use color bursts or some kind of paint to maybe tint
Ooh.
them and like give them a fun colored look. I don't know if color burst, you'd probably have to soak it in something like that maybe. I don't know if it would dye it all the way, but I think you'd definitely get some tint on there.
Yeah, definitely maybe soaking the rope would be a good option.
Yeah.
Paint, you could even paint it.
Yeah, you can use like stencils, like starfish stencils or anchors and put some paint on there. That's a good idea.
I like it. Red, white, and blue.
Yes,
for
perfect.
4th of July coming up. So many ideas. But I think what people are really waiting for right now is the giveaway.
Yes, let's get on to that.
Let's
'cause that's
get
super
on to
exciting.
that. Emily, before I have you announce it, I wanted to let everyone know, Tuesday of next week, we will not have Live with Blitsy. We have a couple things going on here at the office, but on Thursday we'll be back, and I believe Ken Oliver is coming. You have not met him
Ooh,
yet.
I have
you?
not, so I'm really excited to actually meet him.
Yes, I think he's coming here on Thursday of next week. So if that's the case, we're reeling him in for Live with Blitsy. He has some new stencils that I'm dying to show you guys, so we'll be really excited to do that. If you guys have anything in particular you want to see next week on Thursday, please let us know in the comments, especially if you have anything for Ken, because we're going to hopefully have him here. So let us know. Emily, over to you.
Over to me, always the moment of pressure, moment of truth. Well, so we've missed, I know she wasn't here on Tuesday, I'm not sure when, and I wasn't here Thursday, so I've missed her for a while, but she mentioned that she got her staff like 5 happy planners, the people that work for her, she got them all one, and she was like, now I have to get them all cases. So Lori, I'm gonna help you out, I'm gonna give you 1 to either keep or give to your staff, so you just gotta track down 4 more at blitsy.com. So you're our giveaway winner today. Just shoot over to support@blitsy.com and we will get it sent out to you.
Congratulations,
Yay!
Lori. I hope you're using your referral link with all of those coworkers, because if they make their first order, you can be collecting $10 for every new customer. And that adds up. You can be buying storage cases, you can be buying
Get
color
the smaller
bursts.
bag.
Yes, you can. So anyways, thanks guys so much for joining us. We will see you same time next week on Thursday, 10 o'clock Central. So make sure you join us and have a great weekend. We'll see you then. Bye.